You as an eBay seller are charging way too much for shipping. Or are you? Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. Welcome to my channel, and hey, Happy New Year! And sorry that I didn't get to spend much time for you over the holidays. We will talk about that on the upcoming Apptrepreneur show, what happened. But to make a long story short, I kind of felt it was a good time to just spend time with the families and take a break and recharge. But I wasn't going to do a video until after Sunday's show. I kind of wanted the podcast to be the official return of the Apptrepreneur channel, if you will. But I got an email today, and one of those things, you got like a little hair up your butt, and it's like, I'm going to respond to this, or I'm going to make a video about this. So I am still selling stuff on eBay and doing very, very well with my eBay and Mercari business. In fact, this is the first Christmas in years that I didn't even make a single sale on Amazon, so that should show you how much these other sites are becoming much more friendly towards sellers like you and me, and becoming more and more corporate, which honestly is a direction I'm not surprised at all. But one of the contentious issues that comes up with eBay sellers is shipping, specifically whether to charge for it, whether to be free, or if you are going to charge for it, how much is too much. And well, here's the thing. One of the reasons this has become like a contentious issue is because Amazon set, in my opinion, a very, very bad precedent for free shipping. They said, hey, you give us $60 a year. I know it's now like $120 or something like that, but you know, when it started out, you give us $50 or $60 a year and you will get free 2-day shipping on all your items. Doesn't matter the size, doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. It's going to be free shipping. And that has always put them at a higher advantage compared to other competitors who look at the cost of shipping and just simply can't afford to do that. Now keep in mind, Amazon likes to lose money. They like to lose money because it's good on their spreadsheet come tax time, and it makes it so that you are more likely to choose them over a competitor if the competitor has to charge enough to cover their costs. And shipping is a major sinkhole. It is one of the biggest expenses in e-commerce online. It is a huge hassle, and the rates only go up while the expectations for the shipping to be low or free pretty much stay the same. And e-commerce sellers have been fighting this battle for a very long time. And you know my views on this if you watch my previous videos. I do not believe in free shipping. I believe it is going to lose you way more money than what it will gain you by getting that sale out there faster. You're much better off charging shipping and waiting longer for that sale and not losing money on that item than giving out free shipping and getting the sale faster, yes, but now your profits are a lot smaller, if there are any at all. In fact, one of the double whammies of eBay and Mercari is not only do people want free shipping, they want you to sell the item at a lower price as well. So it's just a no-win situation. Well, I got an email today about a PlayStation 5, and yes, I'm still selling the PlayStation 5s. I know that makes me dirt in a lot of your guys' minds, but I think this is a good example for, you know, what we're talking about. And they are apparently an international buyer, and they want to buy my PlayStation 5, but they looked at the shipping and they freaked out. I'm going to read the email. I'm going to leave out their, eBay username and what their name is that they sign on the bottom, because, I don't want to throw any shade their way, but they definitely were not happy. So they write, "Seller, can you please recheck the shipping? You are about $120 over what this ships for. First Class International will ship this for $47.50. My brother-in-law back home in Punta Gorda, Florida, is the postmaster there and helped us by getting the pricing for shipping another PS5 we already had shipped up here from Texas. You have this currently listed at $180 US. Yes, I am charging $180 US to ship PlayStation 5s internationally, and there is a reason for that, which you will find out in a minute, which just isn't true. People always try to tell us that it's eBay, but they have nothing to do with putting in the correct shipping prices. We entered the weight and dimensions of the box, and that is what the price is. For $180, I can have 3 brand new Tessero Cibola metal detectors shipped here, and one outweighs this PS5 and the box is 2 feet long. Well, that's obviously just not true from a math perspective, but I actually ignored that point in my response to him. I understand the consider with shipping outside the US, but USPS First Class International is fully insures this, and it also requires my signature on arrival, which, from my personal experience, that is not true. But that's another point I'm going to ignore because it's not really important to the story. So we both know it got here safely. Please review my FB ratings, I think that's feedback, ratings and comments, so you can be well assured that I'm not here to burn anyone or cause problems. I'm an avid eBay buyer. If you'll look, you'll find dozens of other sellers who have the same price as I've mentioned for international shipping. No way it's $180, sir. I really appreciate the time and help you can offer. Thank you. So yeah, this person was not exactly happy with the shipping price. Now, he did mention that he had already bought a PS5 and had it shipped over to where he lives, so I don't know why he would want another one per se. I personally just never understood that. I mean, some people say, oh, I like the living room Xbox and the bedroom Xbox. I guess you could make that argument. I don't know. I've always found like, no, you can keep these systems, like, you know, you keep the Series X and the PS5 in the main living room because that's what you're going to be playing more. And then like in the personal bedroom, maybe you hook up the Dreamcast and the 360 or the Wii U, maybe the Switch, because you don't play those as often. So anyway, some interesting points, and I normally wouldn't respond to emails like this, but you know, the guy did have well over 800 feedback. This was not like a 0 feedback person who was just griping and complaining, which those emails I typically just ignore. This is someone who clearly buys a lot on eBay and was very confused about why I was charging what I was charging, and you might be confused too. So I actually did respond to this person, but I want to read you the email I sent because I think this will prove a valid lesson even if you don't sell PS5s per se. So this is what I wrote. Hi. So I don't normally respond, I normally don't respond to messages like this. But since you do have a lot of feedback, I'm going to fill you in on why we charge what we charge for the international shipping. First of all, I don't know exactly where you live in terms of where this would be shipped, but I'm going to take your word and assume that the post office is charging $47.50 to ship it. It should be noted that previous experience has shown that this normally isn't the case, and the shipping costs are usually closer to $90 and $120, but I'll take your word on this one. However, then we have the cost of the box. The shipping box is normally $15 on its own. Then we have the padding, another $10. Then we have the supplies. It threw me off because I realized I wrote supply instead of supply, so oops. Paper, ink, tape, electricity to run computers and printer. This can be about $5 right there. Then there is the gas to get to and from the post office on a daily basis, which can be around $15 to $30 a week, depending on how many trips we must take. We'll also throw in wear and tear there. Then we have to worry about hourly employees who need to package these up and take them there. Now, I'm going to pause for a second. I am going to admit I don't have any hourly employees at my store. I don't, but I made that point because a lot of eBay sellers do, and they need to get paid, and this is one of the ways that you can factor in the cost of the employees. It's like you put a little extra money into the shipping or something like that. Now, some people think that's dishonest, but it's really not. I mean, whenever you see minimum wage go up at McDonald's, what goes up in price? The Big Mac, the fries, the nuggets, everything gets like a 52 cents to $1 raise. It's just the way things work. If you have employees and you need to pay them, then you might need to factor in $1 or $2 in the shipping to help cover those hourly employee expenses. So anyway, let's continue. Finally, we have to factor in extra money for eBay's fees on the shipping. Yes, eBay does charge a fee for the shipping. Factor all of that in and the most expensive places we could ship it, and we landed on $180 for worldwide shipping. Hopefully this helped explains the cost. I don't like making shipping this expensive, which, I really don't. I mean, the shipping is one of the things that holds back sales. But the PS5 and Xboxes are bulky and heavy. They are the costliest thing I've ever had to ship. Side note, if you ignore a TV I once sold, which cost almost $300 to ship, that was ridiculous. If you'll notice, local shipping is $50 because even though it costs about $25 to actually mail the systems, once you factor in packaging, gas, time, and fees, the $50 is a break-even point. I hope this helps you understand where we're coming from. And so that was the email that I sent this individual. And here's the lesson I want you to take away from this. Shipping, again, as mentioned before, is a very contentious thing for eBay sellers. There's always a debate like, should I charge for shipping? Should I give free shipping? eBay and Mercari will say that if you offer free shipping, you are much more likely to sell the item faster. And that is true. But again, these are things you need to keep in mind. Now, some people might be going like, oh wait, you're factoring in the gas, you're factoring in the tape, you're factoring in the electricity to run the printer. Yes, these are expenses, and these expenses will bury you. It's the reason why some eBayers make $100,000 a year on their store, and they are confused about why they don't have any money to spend. Why do they never have money to actually go towards rent, maybe a night out on the bar or the Olive Garden? Why don't they ever have any money despite having so many sales? It's because they're giving away free shipping and they're buying supplies, they're using gas, they're putting wear and tear on the car, and they are not factoring it in to the expenses. I factor in everything. And this isn't just for the PS5s, by the way. I charge like $6 to ship DVDs and Blu-rays. And some people say, well, why do you charge that when it costs $3.50 to mail the item? Well, because I got to factor in money for the paper, the tape, the ink, the packaging, and the gas, and the eBay fee. So I charge $6 because at that point, I am profiting. I'm not going to lie, I am profiting at $6. But I'm profiting 50 cents or so. And there's a little wiggle room where in case someone buys a DVD that's just a little bit heavier, maybe the shipping gets bumped from $3.59 to $3.79, then I can, ship that without charging an extra $1 for the shipping. You have to factor these things in when you run your eBay store. Not so much Mercari, because Mercari, you put in the weight and they give you the shipping label and they take care of the shipping. But that said, you still might want to factor into your price an extra $1 or $2 for the packaging supplies and stuff. So this person's probably going to be very disappointed in that response because most people, they look at the shipping price on the label and they go like, well, why are they charging me this much? It only costs this much, because there are more expenses into shipping that package than you might realize. Now, can this be abused? Yes, sellers can absolutely abuse this. And this is why I'm not mad at this person for sending the email. You do want to have a healthy amount of skepticism when you buy things on eBay that have high shipping costs. I remember years ago, before eBay kind of put in a little bit of a limitation to what you could charge for shipping on media. I remember seeing I remember this vividly. I wanted to buy The Greatest Show on Earth on DVD because I was collecting all of the Best Picture winners, and that is certainly one of the worst Best Picture winners. And I found tons of listings that were selling the DVD for $5, about $15 less than what the DVD retailed for. But I looked at the shipping costs, and so many of these listings, they were charging like $92 for local shipping. And this was clearly a bait and switch. Like, they would get people with a low price, the people would not double check the shipping, which they should always do, and then they would be hit with like $100 bill for a movie that was worth $20 at most if you bought it at the store. So it can be abused the other way, and so you should have some healthy skepticism when you see a high price. But when you see the high price, also keep in mind they are not just factoring in what they're going to pay to ship the item. They are factoring in supplies they will need to ship the item, gas, time, maybe they have employees, you know, maybe all these things. These things do add up. You know how much money I spend a year on ink and paper just printing and shipping labels? It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But anyway, we're going to end the video there. That's kind of like my little lesson today about, for both sellers and buyers, about shipping and eBay and why sometimes it costs so much. And you know, the reason Amazon can do it cheaper or free is because they don't mind losing money. In fact, before we even end, I'll add this one little thing. Remember when the amiibos were like a big thing? I was selling a lot of amiibos, but I have to tell you, it was crazy because I would buy some of these amiibos from Best Buy, and I'd buy enough that it would be free shipping, and I'd resell them. But I'd have to charge $25 for the shipping, because when you put in the awkward box shape, it actually costs more to ship the items than the item itself actually was. And look, yeah, I was selling the amiibos for like $100. That was like a $75 markup. It was great. But then it's like, but yeah, then you factor in the fees, and then you're paying $20 to ship the item, and now your profits become like $10 or $20. I can't afford that. I got to charge. So anyway, that's where we're going to leave this one. What do you folks think? Have you ever been in this sort of situation? Do you get emails from people who think you're charging too much for the shipping? And do you feel guilty about charging so much for shipping? Or do you believe that you have to charge what you have to charge to make sure you're not losing money when you ship your items? I would love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.